Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Introductions all around.
Would you like a beer?
I would love a beer.
You want a beer?
Absolutely. Last time I drank.
Wait. Let him choose what he wants.
Last time I drank beer, I was
They're
just
cold.
drank natural. No, what did I drink? I drank Keystone Lights.
These are all craft beers.
These are good beers.
No, I know. I drank Keystone Lights on Seth Meyers. Then Keystone Lights sent me 90 Keystone Lights.
Oh, well, now we know why he's mentioning it.
Yeah. No, but then I drank it nonstop for 2 weeks. I crapped my pants twice in that 2 weeks.
Super.
It's a real true
Is
statement.
that more than often or less than often?
I don't often do it.
I was gonna offer you pizza, but I don't think I'm going to.
No,
now.
if you drink 90 Keystone Lights in 2 weeks, you'll crap your pants. It's terrible.
Well, and I guess that would stain your reputation, wouldn't it?
I had to pull into a Denny's one
Your
time.
slogan,
Did you make it?
No, I didn't make it. I just had to pull in and throw my underwear away.
And let's introduce the #1 man in the #2 business.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm all about, telling that story.
He is Brooks Wheelan. He's performing at Comedy Works downtown. That's the one at Larimer Square tonight. Tomorrow night,
and that's it.
No encore performance on Sunday.
No Sunday show. I got to go back.
Good for you.
Back to where?
And
Los Angeles.
And you probably recognize Brooks. He was a member of the Saturday Night Live cast for a while. He's been on Conan.
Yeah.
Seth Meyers.
Seth, causing my digestive problems.
I worked with Seth last year, just so you know.
He's the best.
Yeah.
He was my boss at
like
SNL.
him.
He's a good guy.
I introduced him.
Oh, to Lauren?
No, on stage.
Oh, that's
here at an event. I worked with him. I worked with him.
That's not very impressive.
Hey.
yeah, tell him about your movie role with Robert Redford.
It was Kevin Costner.
I started doing a tuck in. I started tucking my shirt in.
Well,
Really?
I did
So
today.
are we over the? Because mine's out. I'm wearing mine out today, but it's more tailored.
No, I don't know.
Are
I was
we
just
over the tuck the shirt?
I don't know. I was
out?
just in Austin, and they were all wearing tuck-ins, and I was like, that looks dope. So now I'm doing it. I'm into it.
But you got a shirt while you were there, it looks like.
No, I've always had this shirt, but it used to be flowy, like a little blouse. But now,
Well, we can do it.
I'm a man.
Let's do it. You and I.
You want to untuck it? All right, I want to tuck it. See, it's a little flowy
Don't
now.
show any skin, okay?
Oh, this is great.
It's
Okay,
much more
there we go.
comfortable
Now
this
we're
way,
playing.
guys. Much more comfortable.
Now let's take it off. Let's do the rest of the show.
No. You can get a lot of those Western type shirts here, you know.
See, if I had a chest like him, I'd stay home and play with myself all the time.
There we go.
What's the name of the Wiles place where they do the Western button shirts?
Should we do this? All of it?
Come on, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Rockmont. You should go down and do that.
You should go to Rockmont. You can get a lot of shirts like that.
I will after this. I'm excited. Yeah. I like Denver.
Yeah.
What do you like most about Denver?
I mean, I went to the Rocky Mountain National Park yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was my favorite part.
Did you see the bighorn sheep?
I saw a bunch of elk. That's about it.
Well, the bighorn
With
sheep
a lot of this
are
stuff
really-
going on?
Ton of that stuff. They have like big collars. It was cool. It was great. I love that. After this, I'm going to do the 16th Street Mall. I'm
See,
excited.
that's interesting because the travel I've done in the world, I always try to go places, but I'm afraid of people in your business and athletes really don't take advantage of. I know you have a heavy load, and so do the athletes.
No, I don't.
But there's some great places in Austin.
Dude,
is it 6th Street?
You're totally right. Yeah, a lot of my friends don't rent cars when they go do stand-up comedy in places, and then they get burnt out. They're like, stand-up sucks. I'm like, because you hang out in a hotel for 5 days. Like, I always rent a car, then try to go to whatever the nearest national park is.
Oh.
It's great.
So
you want
in
some
Austin,
pizza?
that would have been
No, I just had illegal Pete's.
in Austin. The closest national park would have been Grand Canyon.
I went down the Barton Springs, which is like a little spring you can canoe down.
Here?
No, in Austin.
No, in Austin.
Yep.
You're not paying attention. How many
eating
stops?
pizza.
How many
I don't
stops
mind
on
you.
this tour? You're going home to L.A., but has this been a short?
I just kind of started going on the road again. I went on the road right after I got fired from SNL. I went on like a 7-month tour, and I recorded an album at the end of that. And then this is just the second. I'm good, dude.
You had illegal Pete's.
I ate so much illegal Pete's.
And guess what? You can have a lot of legal stuff while you're here.
Yeah, dude, that's the other thing. I don't really smoke weed, but I bought it because it's like my civic duty. Like I'm like, I guess you said this is chill, so I'm gonna do it.
Like,
Did you get the edible or the smokable?
No, I'm done with edibles, man. because it's like nobody. When somebody gives you that, you're like, "What's this gonna do?" They're like, "I don't know." Like,
yeah, I've talked about that on this program.
Yeah, we know cabbies and Uber drivers who are picking up people at the airport, and they don't want to go to their hotel first.
Yeah,
they don't want to go to the ballpark first. They want to go straight to a dispensary.
It's so exciting. It's really like exciting, like that's allowed. It just feels like you're in college for the first time. I don't know, just like mom and dad aren't around. Like you gotta go do it.
I mean, you know what the side of that though is that you go, well, you could buy it and it's open and everything. Well, it really not such a hot thing anymore if it's legal.
Yeah, no, that's the other thing is now it's just pretty relaxed. Like, actually, I got friends who live here and they're like, dude, ever since it got legal, it's too easy.
Well, you know,
I smoke it all the time. Like,
it's like Coors. Before Coors expanded and was east of the Mississippi,
right?
Whenever I'd be coming back home to Chicago, people would say, you got to bring me a 6-pack of Coors. You got to bring it. Now, Coors, big deal.
I mean,
same thing.
I understand that. I mean, but you guys have a ton of microbrews.
Yeah.
These are new. These are taking over.
Why'd you get fired? I'm sorry. Let's cut to the quick.
From SNL.
No, it was a reasonable question. I wish I knew. I don't know, man. It was just like a really big. It was the biggest. Oh no. When I was there, the season was like the biggest the cast had ever been. It was like 18 cast members. The original was like 6, so it just had like expanded. So they were like, all right, we got to bring it back down, and that meant I gotta go. But that's chill.
There's a video that's going around on the internet of auditions through the years from Saturday Night Live cast members. What did you do when you auditioned for Lorne Michaels?
I auditioned. They were like, when I got the job, they're like, "Do you want to see your audition?" I was like, "Burn it! I don't ever want to see that." It was one of the worst experience. I felt like it was the worst experience of my life. I guess it went well.
What'd you do?
I did stand-up. I just did stand-up comedy.
You remember any of the jokes?
They're like story jokes. It's like how I did stand-up comedy. Like 4.5 minutes of stand-up, and then I did 3 characters that were 10 seconds each. They were real quick. One of the characters was like a shy bodybuilder. It was real dumb, just like a bodybuilder who's ashamed to flex.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, no, it was super funny. It was super funny. I mean, it was just, I'll just do it. It was just a shy bodybuilder. It was just a guy who's like hanging out, and then out of nowhere, he's like, and it just keeps hanging out. Real dumb.
Which turned into Hans and Franz.
I wrote a sketch about it. Got cut at Dress, though, about a little kid bodybuilding competition.
Yeah. But people use Saturday Night Live, and I was in New York for several years, and my people had people that were on Saturday Night Live.
Woody had people.
Yeah.
And everybody used it as a launching pad. I assume
springboard.
you've got a lot of things going on in your life.
Dude, that's why I can't ever, get to be grumpy over any place that fires you, but it lets me go headline Comedy Works, which is one of the best comedy clubs in America. Before SNL, I couldn't have done that, so it really just puts your name out there, and you get to do a lot of stuff.
Well, we've had guests on that have done, and they are now hosting other shows, or they're doing movie bits and stuff. And I assume if you're living in LA, that you're working the room, that you're looking at a bunch of different projects.
Yeah, man. I've been on some TV roles since then. I'm shooting a movie like in a month. Like things are going great. Like I look at it. If I stayed at SNL, I would have been on like 2 more Weekend Updates. Versus in LA, I'm like writing my own show, which is probably better for my psyche. Like it's that show is tough to not get on, because you just like really get scrambled of like, am I funny? It's tough. It's rough to get cut out of that show a bunch.
He's Brooks Wheelan. He's performing at the Comedy Works in Larimer Square right here downtown tonight and tomorrow night.
Tonight, tomorrow, so 2 shows each.
Check them out. We've got some budding comedians on our staff here.
That's great.
Some of our interns, and we send them out into the street every once in a while for a man on the street type thing.
I love that.
Only we call it, what do we call it?
Dumbasses.
Yeah.
Are you a dumbass?
Are you a dumbass?
Yeah.
Is what we call it. And Dane Madrid was out on the street with Chris Swenson, 2 of our interns, and they posed a question to folks, I believe it was on the 16th Street Mall.
Yep.
Yes? 16th Street Mall, where you're going soon.
I can't wait.
And
I'm going to get a hat.
And it had to do, and the question had to do with beer. Take a look at the video.
Okay.
Hey Woody, hey Les, hey everyone else. I'm Chris Swenson, one of the assets here on DPTV. I'm hitting 16th Street Mall to see the word on the street and find out what people here in Colorado know about their professional sports team. Let's check it out and hit the streets. Which famous Colorado craft beer is brewed at Coors Field?
Coors?
Coors Light.
That is incorrect.
I would say that's the Tom Brady beer, right?
The Tom Brady beer.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you ever been to a Rockies game?
No, I'm from out of town.
Have you ever been to a baseball game?
No.
All right, okay.
So sorry.
All right. What famous Colorado beer is brewed at Coors Field?
Coors?
That is incorrect, but it's a great guess. I understand why you would make that assumption.
Is it a trick question? Coors Light.
That is incorrect. It's not a trick question. Would you like to try it again, though?
Coors regular. Banquet beer.
I was wondering if somebody would say that. What famous Colorado beer is brewed
Coors Light.
at Coors Field?
Brewed there?
Yeah. Brewed.
No, they brew a beer at the field,
Yes, they do.
and it's not Coors Light.
It's not Coors Light, no. It is Coors Field, but it's not Coors Light.
What beer? I would have no idea. Blue Moon, maybe?
Blue Moon.
Yeah.
That is right, man.
Oh,
That is
yeah.
correct. Have a great day. Thank you. That was awesome. That was awesome. The most awkward goodbye. Goodbye. I thought she was going for I was going for a handshake, and I thought she was going for a high five. That's great. That is great. See ya.
Pretty unrelatable.
They just caught me with a mouthful.
Good.
I wish after each person got it wrong, you didn't say, sorry, wrong. I wish you go, you stupid idiot.
Or you dumbass.
You idiot. What was the answer? I missed it.
Blue Moon.
Blue Moon.
You ever had a Blue Moon?
Oh, dude, I got paid in college. I went to the University of Iowa. I'd get $50 and all the Blue Moon I could drink.
Well, no wonder when we asked you during that break, what is his favorite sport to talk about, and you said wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not just wrestling, college wrestling.
College
there's
wrestling.
only one state, and I'm including states like Ukraine,
Right.
states around the world. There's only one state in the world that cares about college wrestling.
I'm aware, because I lived in California and New York, and I would try to watch college wrestling, and they'd be like, "Get
Really?
out of here!" Yeah,
You're talking about Iowa, right?
Yeah, I love it. My brothers are coaches. I grew up wrestling, super fun. But in college, I got paid in Blue Moon for a comedy show I hosted every Wednesday, so I can't even smell it without throwing up anymore.
So I was known for maid rights. He's had maid rights in his life.
Yeah, I have.
2 pork sandwiches.
Oh, what are those? Pork loins? Bopper's
loin.
from there, my buddy. Pork loin, and what's the other? Shredded pork? I don't know.
What are you talking about?
Iowa and
Iowa
college wrestling.
Can I get a-
Dan Grable is
Gable.
I think
Sure.
Gable.
Yeah.
Dan Gable.
And you had a brother, too.
No, the Branzes. The Branzes are... Tom Branz is the head coach of Iowa right now. He has a brother, Terry Branz. They're twins.
Okay.
Gable had a sister. It's a whole story.
And
of
Iowa won
craziness.
the NCAA championship like 87 times.
I think it's like 18, maybe 21. Maybe it might be 21.
And they produced more Olympic wrestlers than...
It's great.
you
I'm like a crazy Iowa wrestling fan. They just lost in the NCAA tournament to Ohio State.
Are you like the Ashley Judd of college wrestling?
No, because I love it, but there's other people who love it way more.
Well, could
Actually,
you
that's not true.
could
Other
you
people just are
explain
more
it to
famous who
me?
like it.
So I go and watch the world's greatest Greco-Roman wrestler,
That's boring to me. I don't like Greco-Roman wrestling.
and I watch a kid from Wyoming who's a Mormon who played a little football at Nebraska beat him in the greatest upset in Olympic history.
Oh, you're talking about the Sydney Olympics with Rulon Gardner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there in Australia, and I go, what did I just see?
Dude, I got to be honest, that sucked for wrestling. Like, because Greco-Roman heavyweight is so boring. All they do is kind of hug each other. Like, I wish that like a cool, like 135-pound 8-10 match happened, where it was an upset 8-10 versus a 1-0 on a technicality. That made wrestling look so boring that like I was like, No, this is what everybody's
You
going to
mean
see.
more boring than the regular wrestling?
No, I mean so much more boring than the regular wrestling.
I go to the high school wrestling tournament here because it's actually very popular in Denver.
It's really popular. Yeah. I mean, you guys have a lot of kids. Henry Cejudo like trained out of Colorado Springs. He like moved up here and skipped high school and then went to the Olympics and won.
So you're not paying any attention to the college basketball tournaments going on?
That's
right now?
what sucks, man. Is the NCAA wrestling tournament? They can't move it up 1 week because it gets so overshadowed, which I understand. I'm not delusional. I get why people love basketball and why it's so much more popular than wrestling. But I'm like, we should move the wrestling up 1 week because the NCAA March Madness starts the same week as NCAA wrestling.
Well, but they could call it Mat Madness.
I think they tried, probably.
You guys are talking wrestling. First of all, I'm bored to death, all right?
I understand. I'm not mad about it.
Second of all, I can't get past the fact you have a friend named Bopper.
Oh, he's right here. It's the Bopper. Yeah, we grew up together.
How do you get the nickname?
Can we get a shot of Bopper?
Yeah, show the Bopper.
Bopper can come up here.
Come here, Bopper. He got the nickname because in
Bop up here.
in third grade. Yeah, we grew up in Iowa.
Les.
Les, nice to meet you.
Same.
Woody.
Nice to
You
meet
look corn-fed.
Yeah, man, he likes sports way more than me. But in third grade, he got the nickname because he used to
Sit on the end of his chair there. You want some pizza?
I'm good. I was with him at Illegal Pete's.
Yeah, man. Here you go.
Have a beer.
That's what I was actually looking for.
That's good.
You get the nickname the Big Bopper when you tell people in third grade to stop calling you the Big Bopper. Like he was like,
course.
guys, I'm
You
too
guys aren't
mature
old enough
be
to
that
remember a Big Bopper. I gave you the.
Where is it at? Here it is. Illegal Pete's is like cocaine. It's like a thing you get excited for, then after you do it, you're like, I'm never going to do that
I've never
again.
been there. I don't even know what they serve. What do they
It's
serve?
just
Burritos.
giant burritos that are real good, but you feel garbage afterwards.
Yeah, and he just
It's like
spilled it on his
Chipotle,
crotch.
only with a
That's
better.
right.
It's like Chipotle, only with a better name.
Yeah, it's like Chipotle, but you get to put stickers places while you're there.
What's your? We should, since you're appearing, but what is your? Obviously, you don't spend an hour and a half talking about wrestling.
I don't talk about it at all because it bores people.
Yeah.
But I'm on the sports show.
Hey, it's good to see you. I'm here tonight. Let me
Whenever
tell
I
you
do
about
a-
college wrestling.
Yeah, whenever I do a sports show, I'm like, maybe I get to talk a little bit about Iowa wrestling.
I'll bet you've never been on a show where you've been able to talk college wrestling.
We
before.
just
Not
did.
real. Jay Moore loves wrestling.
You're
I do.
welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
And I actually almost got Dan Gable's name right. but
Yeah. Like Betty Grable.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And I brought up maid rights. Do you ever have maid rights?
Yeah,
maid
yeah.
rights and those pork.
Bopper, what do you do?
Those pork cutlets.
I'm a lawyer.
A lawyer?
Yep.
And you got a nickname Bopper? I guess that could work for you.
What? Getting back to the Star.
Oh, the
so
Bopper's the
what
real
subjects
star.
do you cover then if you don't talk about wrestling?
I don't know. I talk about growing
You
up.
don't know?
No, I mean, I just recorded an album, so like, I've just retired 60 minutes of material. So I'm here at Comedy Works, like developing in the next hour. So I am working on a bunch of new stuff about being from Iowa.
Do you have the notes on stage when you're
New
working
York.
on new stuff?
Sometimes, I'll go up, I'll do 30 of what I know will work, and then I'll get then you get the crowd on your side, and then you get to that you have a little bit more leeway.
They're more accepting
to
and forgiving.
to maybe tell a bad joke.
We ask the athletes, and I do this, and I enjoy the answers. If you weren't doing this, because I brought up to a guest we had earlier that we talked to a baseball pitcher and asked him what would he be doing if he wasn't pitching baseball, and he said, racing monster trucks.
Oh, yeah?
and so the lady we talked to, I said, if you weren't doing what you're doing, she said, I'd like to be a baseball player. So he wants to be a monster truck driver.
Right.
You're an attorney. What would you do?
My job,
if you weren't?
literally my job before I got Saturday Night Live was I was a biomedical engineer at Caltech. That's what I got my degree in, and I did that until I got hired.
There's a little bit of cross purpose.
For sure. It's a big Venn diagram. It's like one circle.
Do you work in some stuff about bio?
No, it's unrelatable. I can't talk
Like
about
Iowa
college wrestling or biomedical engineering.
Well, let's see how it goes. Can we do?
First.
Can I get a Cadillac?
Well,
Will John give me a
sure.
Cadillac?
No,
Okay,
no.
John.
we give
for being a
Cadillacs to
guest
all
here.
of
I
our
want a
guests.
Cadillac.
Hey, first of all, we have a tweet for you
Okay.
and about you. All right, he's Brooks Wheelan. He's performing at Comedy Works in Larimer Square this weekend.
Bopper will be there. I'll be drunk.
Yeah.
We found out something.
Hi, Joe Hildebrand. Brooks Wheelan, that dude loves snakes. Ask him about
Dude,
it.
I hate snakes, man. I do talk about how much I hate snakes.
You and Indiana Jones.
Yo,
So,
dude, it's such
how
a bummer.
much do you hate snakes?
No, it's just like what good. Like the only people who own snakes. There's no reason. Like if they're like, oh, it's a good snake. All it means is you haven't caught it trying to kill you yet. Like that's all a good snake is. Like I haven't discovered it trying to murder me or my family. Like I freaking hate them. My favorite part about New York was no snakes. Like that's what they're like. What's your best part about New York City? I was like, I'm pretty sure there's no snakes here. Like, dude,
I'm not so certain when I lived there. There were supposedly crocodiles and alligators in the.
Where did you live there?
Across from Lincoln Center.
Oh, nice. I lived in the Lower East Side.
Well, my daughter did too, and she wrote me today. She said, "Dad, it's a good thing that I moved out of there. That they just had a major fire down on the Lower East Side."
In the East Village on 2nd and 7th.
Yeah,
And
a building blew up.
That's where she lived.
That's where I lived really close to there.
Yeah.
Not terrorism, by the way.
No,
Like
it was
an apartment building blew up.
gas leak.
She lived in Alphabet Village.
I lived in Alphabet City, 3rd and D.
Yeah, and that's
D
where,
stands for drugs. Yeah, I lived above a methadone clinic, man. It sucked.
And what does F stand? No, don't say.
They don't do it. They don't go to F. D's the end.
When you go to buy a car, what do you really want? You probably want a lot of cars to choose from. And you want the dealership's best price. Not some starting price or target price, the best price. And you want it immediately, not after hours of negotiating. And you want a salesperson who doesn't get paid more if you spend more. Because, well, you don't want to spend more. Well, you're in luck. John Elway wants all of those things too. Better yet, John Elway wants you to have all of those things too. Come see us or click on elwaydealers.com.